Right now in boxing, the lightweight division is a very stacked division. A lot of prospects, a lot of very good fighters moving up the ranks, and the champions are split between four guys. There's no undisputed champion at the moment. The last undisputed champion, Devin Haney, has now moved up to welterweight. He's actually moved up two weight classes by this time. He's up at welterweight. His next fight will be at welterweight. And this guy here, Isaac Cruz, whose claim to fame was losing to Tank, he's also moved up and he's at 140, which is super lightweight. But the lightweight division, with the champions being Tank, Lomachenko, Shakur Stevenson, and Keyshawn Davis, there isn't an undisputed champion. So all the fighters in the governing body's top 10 are looking to get to the top of their division to fight the champion, whoever that may be. Lomachenko seems to be in a place where he is about to retire. So we don't know what's going to happen with that. And then we have Javonte Davis and Shakur Stevenson with Keyshawn Davis as well. With the top 10 being stacked as it is, and the fighter that I'm looking at, that I want to speak about today, is a guy called Abdullah Mason. He's in the top 10 of the WBC and the WBO, number 7 and number 8 respectively. This young man has a very bright future. He was born in Bedford, Ohio, which is in Cleveland, on the 5th of April 2004. He's 20 years old, so he's nice and young and fighting as regularly as possible. He had a very short amateur career where he won junior titles, national junior titles, Eastern regional titles, and the Junior Open. Also the US Boxing Youth National title between the years of 2017 to 2021. Turned pro 2021, making his pro debut on the undercard of Michaela Mayer and Maeva Hamadouche. And then he went on to be on a few more undercards, such as Oscar Valdez versus Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney versus Lomachenko, Shakur Stevenson versus Edwin De Los Santos, and so on. He is quite an exciting fighter. He amassed an amateur career of 65 wins with 15 losses, so it was a short amateur career, but in the pros, he's amassed 17 wins, no losses, with 15 knockouts. So he is an exciting fighter. Not that he's fighting anyone of any great note at the moment, but he's moving up the ranks and he's got himself into the top 10 of 2 of the governing bodies. He likes to knock out guys, but that also leaves him susceptible for getting knocked out himself. He's touched the canvas a few times in his fights, which makes him more of an exciting prospect, more pleasing to the casuals, because he doesn't want it to go the distance. He wants to get guys out of there, so he presses the action. But with pressing the action, it also enables for him to be able to be hit, which has subsequently amassed him a few knockdowns in his career so far. But that's fine, because he gets up and does the job. For me, it's not fine, because you don't really want to be taking punishment early and getting yourself knocked over early. But at the same time, he's the one in there. He's the one having the fight, and he's bringing the fight to his opponents to the point where he's getting touched himself. He should learn from these things. His corner should also be taking note of these things and addressing it in training as he prepares for his next bouts coming up. His last fight was on the undercard of Keyshawn Davis's victory over Denis Baranchyk for the WBO title. He himself had a 4th round KO of his opponent. And I'm yet to know who he'll fight next and who his next fight will be against, when it will be, and so on and so forth. But this is a very exciting prospect. Very much looking forward to his rise through the ranks and rise to title contention. Who will be a champion when he gets to that championship place? As we said, the current champions right now, Lomachenko is the IBF champion, but he seems to be retiring soon. He's semi-retired at the moment. Lomachenko hasn't fought since May of 2024 when he beat George Kambosos and said he was going back to his home country to be with his family for a while, and so on and so forth. But Lomachenko seems to be very perturbed by the state of boxing at the moment, and he doesn't like what's going on. He doesn't like the fact that he was chasing down Tank all these years. Tank was avoiding him, and when now he shows signs of retirement, now Tank wants to call his name and he's not very pleased about these things. I wouldn't be surprised if Loma retired at this point. His team are saying he's not going to retire right now, but at the same time, Abdullah Mason isn't even in the IBF rankings. Abdullah Mason is in the rankings to fight either Shakur Stevenson or Keyshawn Davis, but as boxing goes, it doesn't really matter, because once he gets to a stage where he's in the top 4 or 5, he will then be in all of the governing bodies' top 10. So then he will be able to fight any of the champions who will be there at the time. I am looking forward to seeing this. I hope he gets through to do this, because I'm very much in favor of exciting fighters. I'm in favor of fighters that bring the action. But I just need him to clean up his defense a bit. Touching the ground so much is not really good. He's touched the canvas too many times in his career so far, but that also adds to the attraction of this young man. We'll see how he gets on going forward. We will be watching his progress closely, and I'll see you guys in the next video.